Hi. In our last hsbDesign for Revit training session, we created this shop drawing. In today's training session, we will now dive into the configuration of a shop drawing, so how you can change specific parameters in this shop drawing. Our shop drawing consists of a title block, schedules, viewports, and each viewport position is locked to their respective view anchor. Furthermore, we also have a view section anchor. A view section anchor contains the settings of this viewport. If you double-click on the viewport, you can see the filters that are used to create this viewport. Upon generation of the shop drawing, sections are placed around the item container in a manner that is later on defined in the view section anchor. These sections are using filters, so as you can see in here, these are the filters that are in use and how they are set up. And if you would want to change it, you can do it in the native Revit filter settings. So, when we select the view section anchor, we can either edit the properties over here in the native Revit properties, or we use edit properties to open up the shop drawing user interface, where you can configure the view. In here, we'll start with the general parameters. If you click on a parameter, you will get a visual representation on the right side. So at first we have the vertical alignment. This determines the position of the viewport relative to the view anchor, and this can either be bottom, top, or center. And we also have the horizontal alignment relative to the view anchor, which can either be left, center, or right. The view orientation determines which view you want to create, depending on the position of the item container. So basically, these view orientations are the same orientations that you have on the view queue in your 3D drawing area, so front, back, top, bottom, left and right. Flip view only works for top and bottom views of wall containers, and you can rotate your view clockwise and counterclockwise. This can be especially important for floors, and you can crop your view. Some other parameters are the anchor ID. This is determined and set in combination with the view template, which causes this value to be automatically set. You also have the viewport type. As I've already told you, at the moment, we're using the viewport type for framing, and you have the viewport template name. If you double-click on the hsbCAD view settings, you get into this tab. These are the dimension styles available in the project that you can use for this view template. And down here you have the tools that are already in use. We have different tools available, so we have some for dimensions, some for handler annotation tags, and dimensions diagonal, so you'll find a fitting tool for your purpose. We'll now take a look at one of the most complex tools, so you can see everything, which are the dimensions for framing families. When you click on a tool that is in use, you can delete it or you can edit it. If you click on Edit, you will get into this setup window. In here, you can at first set up the location, which can be top, bottom, left, and right. You can set up the text overlap convention, so if you have multiple dimensions in one place and they are, like, overlapping, you can tell them how to behave. So in here, we're using down and then right. You also have the option to use the display name, and this is the dimension family. Down here, for the instance parameters, you can choose at first the offset of this dimension line. You can use the hsbCAD dimension style. So in this drop-down menu, you can choose a style from the list of dimension styles loaded in the document. You can also flip the side so that it starts with 0 from the right side. If this box is checked, and if you don't flip sides, it starts from the left side. You also have the option to combine touching elements, as you can see in here. You can include all points, or you can just use the reference center. You can also just use the reference end, the reference extreme end, and the reference extreme start, or the reference start of each single beam, for example. This is what is used in here. And you can use extremes only. In order to define what should be dimensioned, we use family filters. These filters are imported with the shop drawing template. The DM stands for dimension, W for wall containers, and then the abbreviation for what this filter can be used for. Furthermore, you have the same family filters for the extremes. For the text, you can display the name on the opposite side, and you can enable or disable it to show the display name. If you change something in these settings, this will only be valid for this specific shop drawing. If you want to change this for every shop drawing that you are creating, you'll have to edit the template, but I'll show you how to do this in a separate video. That's all for now. See you for the next training session.